going to respond to two comments. The first one reads, Joe, it just comes down to a question of, do you want to be a trader or do you want to be an investor? Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm a bag holder of HYLN stock, but part of me wants to be a trader and another part of me wants to be an investor. And like, for example, if I'm buying shares right now at $1 a share, between $1 and $2 a share, and if I want to sell it in the short term for $4 to $6 a share based on the Form 4s, that would put me in the trader category. But if it takes off, I can just hold it in my other accounts, the shares, and that kind of put me in the investor category. So it depends on the account. Certain accounts are kind of like I could be a trader, and other accounts I could be an investor. Then we have a video idea. You can do a video on this if you want. My exit plan is to wait until a big run up and then sell some covered calls at a price 25 to 50% above where it is. If the calls become in the money, then I've made more than I otherwise would have. If the run-up dies, I'll just pocket the premium from the calls and keep my shares. The total addressable market for HYLN is huge. I don't expect it to reach a stable price for a decade or two. That's a long time. If the stock starts paying dividends, then I'll just hold the shares indefinitely and pass them on to my kids. It's an interesting idea. So, like, for example, in the very, very short term, I'm buying shares between $1 and $2 a share. There was some excitement last week because the chief financial officer, he bought $40,000 shares of HYLN stock, and it started going up. And the market's like, you guys don't make money, and then the price falls back down again. I thought it was going to go up to $4 a share again, because that's what happened last time when the guy that when Jeffrey Craig, the director of the board, the chairman of the board, when he bought shares, that took off to just touched just above $4 a share and then came crashing back down. But the same thing did not happen this time. But one way, you could buy shares between $1 and $2 a share, and when it hits $4, and from the Form 4, they want the price to maintain $4 to $6 a share for 180 days. So when it gets in that range, one option or one choice is to sell covered calls, which is essentially taking blocks of 100 shares of HYLN stock and putting them up for sale at the strike price that you mentioned, and it's time and direction dependent. So ideally, you would want to do this when people are excited, when the stock price is really shooting up. The problem is you don't know, or no one knows, how high it's going to go or for how long, and it comes crashing back down because the euphoria dies off. But 25 to 50% would be 25% of $4 would be a price of $5, and 50% of $4 would be $2, and you add that to 4 and you get $6. So I mean, I could sell, if I wanted to do this, or you wanted to do this, you could sell at the 50% range. You wouldn't collect as much premium, but if it hits $6 or over, then you'll be assigned, and you collect that premium plus the profit. And in my case, I would just end up profitable, but I have to try to recoup the cost from the 700 shares I sold a while ago, which was, I think it was a $8,000 to $9,000 loss. Or you can wait for it to shoot up even higher. Maybe it hits $8 a share, and then you could sell it at the covered calls for $12 a share, and that would be a $400 profit per call option if you got assigned and collect the premium. Or you can put them up for sale at a not so high of a price, so you collect more of a premium. It depends which way you do it, but yeah, that's a way you can play the game. But for me, I only have one options trading account, and I could transfer shares from a different investment account into the options trading account. But the other shares that I have, they're in tax advantage accounts, so I can hold those for a decade easily, and those tax advantage accounts, and just like leave them there. But yeah, that's a good idea. Now you have me thinking. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.